Grade 6, welcome to our first video on poetry. Today we'll be learning about Clerihew poetry, and throughout the week I'm going to get you to write a number of poems, a number of Clerihews about different topics. Throughout this term we'll be looking at lots of different types of poems, and as you build skills throughout the term they'll get more and more difficult and more complex, but this is a really fun way to start. Now Clerihew poetry, though poems are 4 lines long, so don't go for too long. The first and second lines rhyme with each other, and the third and fourth lines rhyme with each other. So that creates a pattern that's AABB. The first line names a person, and the name should be at the end of the first line. Okay, so if you're writing one about me, which is one of the ones you'll need to do, my teacher's name was Mr. Stone. And Stone would end the line. When you're writing one about yourself, then your first line finishes with your name. So there once was a boy called Marcus, or there once was a girl named Tarzi. I knew a person called Jeff. The second line ends with something that rhymes with the name of that person. And a Clerihew should be funny. Okay, it should be fun to write. It should be funny. So your task throughout this week is to create 3 Clerihew poems. You're going to draft each one, and then you're going to publish them. So when you publish them, I want them typed up nicely. I want some pictures to go with them. You might want to hand draw them. It's up to you. So in the end, we want to put all of your poems together and create a book of poetry, which is called an anthology. So each week you're going to need to keep up. You're going to need to make them look good. These can be done by hand. They could be done on a computer. Right? Typing the words in and putting a picture with it is not too difficult. All right. One of the poems will be about me from your 3 poems you write this week. You do have my permission to be a little bit mean. That's okay when you're doing your poem about me. One of the poems will be about you, and one will be about someone else. Okay, it should be funny, but it must be nice. You can't be mean to somebody else. You can be mean to me. It could be about a celebrity, a favorite footballer. It could be about your parents, your brothers or sisters, but you need to keep it pretty nice. Okay. Here's an example I've written for you. I didn't do one about me because I didn't want to give you ideas for what your first poem could be, but I wrote one about a teacher called Mr. Smith. Our teacher's name is Mr. Smith. His lovely reputation is quite the myth. He may smile and act all caring, but soon his anger will be flaring. So you can see in my poem here, it's not very long, okay? And some poems that are like this are even shorter than that. That's fine. Our teacher's name is Mr. Smith. His lovely reputation is quite the myth. So Smith and myth at the end of those lines are the rhyming words. And then in lines 3 and 4, caring and flaring. And with the picture, that's Mr. Smith from an old movie. I changed the color of flaring because it went into the picture, and so to make it stand out and show that he's not very nice, I made it red there. Some useful things that will help you with your poetry. Rhyme Zone is amazing. You can get it as an app. It is a web page as well. Rhyme Zone is a web page where you can type in a word and it will give you rhyming words for your word. Right, it's very helpful. You'll use that web page throughout the term a lot, I'd say. Another one is Poetry for Kids. So if you want to read more about Clerihew poetry, I used information from that site in this video. Edmund Clerihew Bentley invented the Clerihew poetry. So you can have a look at the Wikipedia page there. There's lots of examples of Clerihews there that are written basically about celebrities, but older celebrities you might not have heard of. I like how he used his middle name. I was thinking about, can I create a type of poetry, and then maybe if I named it after my middle name, calling it a John poem really wouldn't have the same effect. All right, so to recap, you need to do 3 poems this week. All of them will be Clerihews. One about me, one about you, one about somebody else. They're 4 lines each. Lines 1 and 2 rhyme, okay, with the last word of the first line being the name, okay, then a word that rhymes with the name. If you have a name that's hard to rhyme, you're going to have to be creative, okay, can't change your name. And then lines 3 and 4 will rhyme as well. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. If you need help, please ask me, okay? That's what I'm here for. All right, have fun. Chat to you soon.